Hi, this is Andrea from Trumpet, and I'm going to be walking you through how to install and configure Symphony OCR for SharePoint. Upon purchasing your software, you will be provided with a link to download an executable file along with your license number. You'll want to have that email handy. I've gone ahead and downloaded it for us, and I've saved it to our desktop here. Now let's install the software. It only takes a few minutes to run through the installer wizard. I double-click to launch the wizard, choose Next. Feel free to read through the licensing agreement if you'd like. I'm just going to choose I agree. I'll leave the destination folder set, and then I've got two options. I can choose to run as a logged-in user, or I can opt to run as a Windows service. If you choose to run as a Windows service, you'll be prompted for your domain user and password. You'll want to go ahead and input those there. I'm going to run as a logged-in user today. I'll choose Next. Symphony OCR does require the Java runtime environment, and it will be downloaded as part of your installation. I'll choose Install here. At this point, Symphony OCR is downloading the Symphony engine. This takes a moment or two. After the engine is downloaded, Symphony OCR will then install it, which you're seeing here. Now it's going to download Java for us. And finally, Symphony OCR is being installed. The installation is complete. Now I can start Symphony OCR by leaving this checkbox checked and choose to finish. This is going to fire off Symphony OCR. I'm going to choose to allow access. Now it's time to configure Symphony OCR and connect it to SharePoint. There's a very handy little wizard here that helps walk you through this process. The first step is to input your license number. You'll want to input your own. Then choose Save and Continue. Next, you're prompted to input an email address for your Symphony OCR notifications. I'm going to enter my email address and choose a notification type. I'm going to opt for Symphony OCR to email me when there are warnings or errors. Now I can go through some basic settings. I can choose to process TIFF files, which will OCR and convert them to PDF, or I can also process MSG email attachments. This requires 32-bit version of Outlook to be installed on the workstation. Next, I'm going to click Save and Continue. I can now configure Symphony OCR to point to SharePoint by selecting the Configure button. I'm not yet connected to SharePoint, so I'm going to follow the wizard. First, I'm going to put in my SharePoint tenant URL. Including the HTTPS at the front, and connect to SharePoint. Next, I'm going to sign into Microsoft with the appropriate username and password. You'll want to use your own. SharePoint will then ask if you trust extranet.trumpetinc.com. Choose Trust It. Now Symphony OCR is set up. It will search for new documents in your document repository or document libraries every 15 minutes. It will search for legacy documents every 7 days. Symphony OCR should now be ready to rock and roll and process your documents.